Successful Carrot Germination 101 Masterclass. And today the carrots we're going to be working with are called Scarlet Nance. They're very sweet and very wonderful long production carrot. Each of them reaches about 6 to 7 inches in length if you let them fully size up, but they're good anywhere between 3 and 4 as well.
What if we hydroprimed these carrots? So we hydroprime carrot seeds. Basic hydropriming means soaking in water to prime the seed coat of the carrot seeds so that it knows it's time to germinate. The idea here is we've soaked them in water. That starts the first stage of germination. Can we use your seed screen?
Confusing.
It'll just dry out.
I start by digging a shallow trench. Now, a shallow trench is variable based on the season that you're planting in. If I'm planting now in the early spring, I don't dig that deep of a trench. There's going to be plenty of water in the soil and everything is going to be fine. If I was planting in the summer, I dig a much more substantial trench and I just cover the seeds in less. My trench will look something like that in the summer versus right now, my trench is going to be very, very shallow.
And what's the benefit of the trench, Maddie?
The trench will catch just a little bit more water. It allows it to sit in there instead of right on the topsoil surface and just make sure they're coming into contact. Everything that we're doing is to increase germination in contact with the soil. You can see it directly if you look at this soil, right? I did not dig that deep of a trench. And we have our surface soil and it's very dry and crumbly, and less than an inch down we have nice water hydrated soil. Water hydrated. We have water hydrated. Loving carrots is a very challenging task.
They're really small seeds, so they're hard to plant well spaced out, and they don't have a high germination rate compared to other plants. So people tend to overplant them, which means that if they overseed them. So if people, if they do actually germinate, then you spend all summer long thinning them out in order to get decent sized carrots. So we're trying several strategies to minimize the amount of thinning you have to do and increase the success of the germination of the seeds that you do plant.
This is our 9 non-hydroprimed row and of our Scarlet Nance carrots, and we want a carrot roughly every inch or so. So we're just gonna gently sprinkle. And I'm not sprinkling a ton because I'm trying to decrease my need for so many carrot seeds. So I'm not spending my entire summer thinning carrots.
If carrots are planted too close together, they basically crowd each other out. So you'll get carrots like wrapped around each other. They can't reach their full size because they're just bumping into each other. So
try and keep our spacing where we have some coming up, but we don't want to do this. We don't want to take a little pinch. There's probably in one pinch, I don't know, a good 25, 30 seeds right there, and you don't want to do that. Then you're going to thin all of those out all at once. There's also a product called seed tape. It is basically a biodegradable paper that is formed around seeds, especially carrots. They do it on spinach, lots of other things, and that spaces them out automatically so that you can just roll that tape down in the soil and that will germinate. I have tried that in the past, and it is a good option if you just don't have the time, don't want to worry about it, want to put the seed tape in and go. But I do see decreased germination on that as well. You're probably going to see a carrot every 3 to 4 inches instead of every 1 to 2.
It's also
maybe
a lot
even
more
less.
expensive than regular
lot
seeds,
more expensive,
right?
And a lot.
A limited variety of crop varieties on the seed tape. Like there's just a lot of restrictions, but it could be helpful if this is hard for you. Yeah. I mean, I think these are ready.
They're looking pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then your carrots only want to be about a 1/4 inch down in the soil, very lightly covered at the maximum with soil. So we dug our trenches, and to cover them back up, we're going to do light pinching. I do this little like weird fluff motion. So you just are going to take pinch. They really, really want delicate covering.
You don't want to bury them deeper by putting more. You just want to keep them in that little trench. The trench is that you actually protect that spot from more evaporation, right? Because it's, if the wind goes by the soil, the wind isn't going into the trench, the wind is going over it. And so you're actually keeping that soil a little more moist. Oh, okay. Now we're going to do the other ones.
Don't forget to label your
seeds. That should be last. Label your row, or label it first. I don't know.
Either or. I'm just going to.
As long as it's labeled. I don't know if you want to see this. This is, I don't know how this will show up, but they've been hydroprimed, but now they're dried out again, just so they're a little bit easier to handle and spread.
Elderberry, even like, there are great things for you. Elderberry syrup is a great thing for you, especially when you're sick. You want to.
And
now
make sure that's what she's planting now.
Okay. Now we're doing the hydroprimed row. We'll make sure to try and keep our seeding relatively the same consistency going down, just light sprinkling. I would say I probably drop about 4 seeds every inch and a half, inch maybe.
So have you come to a happy medium of thinning, Maddie?
Yeah, I've come to a happy medium. I think
you still have to do a little thinning.
Yeah, with this, you still have to do thinning. You're always going to have to do some thinning. So that's a good thing. It means more carrots are germinating than what you need. But you don't want to have to sit and thin them out like crazy. Like if you've just got a carpet of carrots,
yeah,
you're never going to be able to get a good, nice sized carrot in there.
Have you come up with ways to use your thinnings for any particular crop? Do you eat them? Do you make anything out of them?
Carrot greens are great to eat. Yeah. My rabbit loves carrot greens, so I'll bring her home a few little things every once in a while.
You can make pesto out of
You can make a pesto out of carrot greens, especially if they're like the bigger thinnings. That's great to use, yeah. But if you're using the little ones, you can just throw them on like a microgreen on any sandwich or anything.
Yeah.
A lot of the times ours, I just find kind of like when they're super young, I just take them out and you don't even take them out of the soil. You drop that right back in there and then it's feeding the microbiota in the soil. So nothing going to super waste here. Yes. Should we got so distracted with the.
We got distracted. She's gonna cover it, and I'm gonna water. How about that?
This could be our intro. Welcome to carrots.
Go carrot class.
And you see how those trenches are still there and like with the watering in.